Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Kay's Crazy Critters, and I have with me today is Wreck-It Ralph. Say hi, Ralphie. Hey, Ralphie. There he goes. So, today I want to talk about something pretty serious. It affects, sadly, it's widespread throughout the bearded dragon, captive bred bearded dragons. It is called ADV or adenovirus. So now, adenovirus is a highly contagious disease that sadly is usually fatal for young beardies under 6 months. Older beardies can live with it, but again, it is highly contagious. Now, what the adenovirus is, or ADV, is also known as the wasting disease, which pretty much means that they will eat and they won't gain weight, or they'll be anorexic, or they won't eat. They'll vomit. They will pretty much have failure to thrive. They're not going to, as much food as they're going to get in them, they're not going to grow. They're not going to gain anything. They're just going to pretty much wither away. Hence the wasting disease. So another thing that ADV will do is mimic MPD, metabolic bone disease, where they will have hind leg paralysis. They'll have twitching on their back legs. They'll also drag their hind legs. They will also do something called stargazing, which I don't think he's going to let me do it, but they'll arch their back all the way towards their tail, kind of looking like they're looking up at the stars. So that's not a good sign. And it's not like when you're coming in with the foodles and they're like, oh, yay, the food god. They're constantly doing that, pretty much all day long. So how do we get ADV? ADV, again, is widespread in captive bearded dragons. I think they said maybe 46% of beardies have it. They live with it without any signs, and some will obviously pass it along. You get transmission through fecal, oral. You cannot get reptile adenovirus. It's not transmissible to humans. There is a human virus, but it has nothing to do. You cannot get it from reptiles. So no widespread panic is over there. This has been around for a very long time. So now, most reptiles do have it. The common ones that get really sick are young beardies, because they're kept in big box pet stores. Anybody bearded dragon, they're usually kept in, they come in the buckets pretty much. One can have it, be immune compromised, and it can spread to all the whole clutch and everything. So any of these weak, immune suppressed, if they have like a parasitic overload, they're not going to make it, sadly. They're just going to have, they call it, people bring it into the animal hospital and they say it's just ADR, ain't doing right. We don't know what's going on, but the owners always say it just ain't doing right. So, sadly though, the young beardies usually don't make it. Older beardies can still get it. They usually tend to get a lot of GI upset, liver issues. There is no treatment. Sometimes people will try doing one type of medication, but there's no treatment. It is very hard to disinfect. That's why quarantine is so important, because we have a quarantine, and then you should have your own tongs, your own food bowl, water bowl, hides and everything, because as much as you want to clean with like Odoban, Chlorohex, F10, any of that stuff, it is very hard to get out. So that's why quarantine and making sure that they do not come in contact with their other fecal material, taking bugs, feeding one bug, and then if one beardie doesn't eat it, you're like, oh, hey, let me give it to the next beardie. That's how this is spread. So, sadly, adenovirus is out there. It's been out there for a while. I am dealing with it right now. I have 2 young beardies that are extremely emaciated. One looks like it's doing better. The other one is just doesn't have very good signs. So, usually you can go to your animal hospital. They could do a blood test. Or if you have a large collection at home, or if we'll do we'll get, go for a lab, you can get some sterile swabs. What you'll do is you'll take this, you'll go into the cloaca, swish it around, or do a quick wash, pretty much, but you're just going to get around the feces and the tissues around there. You submit it to a laboratory, and then they'll tell you if you have ADV. And some people will euthanize if the animal is wasting away. Other people will will keep them and make sure that they just kind of stay separate. And like I said, sadly, it's not always a death sentence, but it can be, and you have to do right by the lizard, which if it means euthanasia, then you have to do what's right for them. I hate doing it, but it's just kind of what has to be done. But I also want to say, too, parents, bearded dragons. Bearded dragons can bite. I hear people coming over and they're like, oh, beardies are great for pets. Beardies will never bite. No, beardies will chomp down, no problem. You need to teach your kids about behavior. Watch their body language. Frankie, my one beard, you can do everything to. Wreck-It Ralph, on the other hand, he's a fiery little redhead that is hormonal. He gets spooked very easy, and he will try to eat whatever's in his way. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about ADV. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.